Alrighty. Hey everyone, this is David of Double Zero Effects, and today I thought I'd start a little series, a little YouTube series. I'm practically brand new to YouTube. I have done YouTube videos before under a old prop building name, Two Story Props, and I'm now Double Zero Effects. And just a little background, so I make movie prop replica and video game item replica and costume pieces as a hobby. And I had created this channel without any sort of direction. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I figured, hey, at some point I'm going to end up making some kind of proper costume videos or maybe convention footage or something. I don't know. I really have no direction with it. But right about the time I started this channel, I had started recording some Astroneer gaming sessions. And immediately prior to that, I started following a few gaming streamers here on YouTube, Z1 Gaming and Zelly, and following their Astroneer streams and videos, and just really liking the work that they're doing. And I've even recently become one of Zelly's Flatlanders, so I'm part of that group. And so far, all I've done is upload Astroneer videos. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the channel. I have been considering a slight rebranding or maybe a sub-brand of Double Zero Effects, potentially called Double Zero Creative, where I can really just do anything with it. But we'll see where that goes. But yeah, so I wanted to start a little video series. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have any experience in YouTube beyond a video here or there some years back. But so I don't have any like fancy openings or opening animation or closing animation or anything like that. So it's going to be pretty rough and tumble. I am just using the mic on my headset, so I don't have any fancy audio equipment. So bear with me if it's a little rough around the edges. But this Saturday, what is this Saturday? The 8th, I believe. Yeah, December 8th, 2018, starts the 60-day countdown to the 1.0 release of Astroneer. And the fan community has come up with a 60-day Astroneer challenge. And I don't know if you're going to be able to read this on the resolution I'm recording at, but this is the challenge. There are a few days that have not been filled out yet, but these are all Astroneer fan submitted challenge items, and I have submitted 5. Each person can submit up to 5, and I've submitted 5. I happened to land the first one, which is to sculpt or build the text 60 days left in any manner and post a screenshot. I also have build a giant snowman. At some point in the list, they have build a massive Christmas tree, and so I have, on the day after Christmas, blow up that Christmas tree. And then I also have create a ski slope. I want to say I have one more. Yeah, I have one more somewhere. Yeah. In honor of upcoming Valentine's Day, sculpt or build a giant romantic heart and blow it up. So there's going to be a few in there that are from me, but a lot of the other ones are really exciting. Like, I have my group that I play with, but one of the ones that I'm really excited about is play Astroneer with someone you've never played with before. And I think that's some great community building, possibly friendship building items in there. And there's some that point to some of the Flatlander work where you're Uh, your let's see, complete at least one route in the Sky High Astroneer obstacle course. I believe that is a Flatlander build. I think that predated me joining the Flatlanders, but so you get to see some of the stuff that some of the members of the community have made. But it's just all a lot of really fun stuff. Some of it's going to be, really time consuming. Some of them are really short, depending on how you do it. Some of them are just really short. Like, I don't know, there's one in there about setting off a firework every day, and that's all it is on that one to-do list. So you set that off and you're done. But I thought I would jump into my previous saves and see what kind of infrastructure I have going into this 60-day challenge, because some of the items are for that day, go visit all of the planets and bring back a souvenir. Well, I don't want to have to start from scratch that day and work up to, at minimum, the hydrazine thruster on the small shuttle, because that's going to take, a couple hours, and if it's in the middle of the work week, I'm not going to have that much time. So, if I can jump into a previous save that already has that infrastructure set up, then I can proceed with the challenge itself and not have to worry about building up to that. Burning a lot of unnecessary time. So this build here was when I first started figuring out the Flatlander, like the true flat stuff. So this is going to be unintentionally a little tour of my builds so far, and I wasn't planning on turning this into a really super functional base, because I knew I was still learning everything. But let's see, let's see, I do not have the large shuttle or the medium shuttle unlocked here. Do I have... I don't even have the chemistry station here. So this one's probably not going to be a good one. However, I could... Let's see, I do have a lot of... a fair amount of decent space out here to work with. Some of the items are just like, you're sculpting a big representation of an animal or some text or something. So I could use this floating skull, floating cube. I don't know where skull came from. Long day at work. But I could use this if I really wanted to. I'm probably not going to use it. Just for the sole reason that this was sort of, I don't know, this was just like a learning area for me. Figuring out the infinite stairs, the true flats, getting the walls, some, hard angles, embedding stuff in the walls here. Playing around with some different materials, the paint or the soil analyzer. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this one. So let's see what my other saves have. Again, I apologize if this is a very rough video. The dialogue here is all unstructured. I'm jumping into this without any sort of planning. Just seeing how it goes. I don't have any specific plans on becoming like a YouTube streamer or a game streamer or anything like that, but I am sort of using the 60-day challenge as a way to familiarize myself with YouTube as a creator. So if I end up liking what I'm doing, but I dislike the audio, or you guys tell me, hey, your audio sucks, you got to up your game, um, you know, I will I will humor the idea of of getting like a nicer microphone set up. I don't know what any of that stuff costs. Okay, here we go. So this build here actually, I want to say I started this before my the previous build that I just showed you. I want to say that that first one I technically started earlier, but I decided to use as a test bed for the true flat learning. So at that point, I think I jumped into like an old save and just decided to play around there, keeping this one as my main gaming session at the time, because clearly I have a full base as far as the equipment goes. I have the chemistry station, I have the atmospheric condenser, so I can make all of the composite materials, and I have the large shuttle. So this is critical, I think, because one, it's going to allow me to uh, go to every planet easily within the same gaming session, and it's going to allow me to bring back certain researchable items from other planets, because there's a few in there that are like, find an example of every natural researchable, or find an example of every man-made researchable, because there's like the little pods that come on the satellites, stuff like this guy here. For the challenge, I'll probably try to find another one of those, since I was unaware that I already had one. But this shuttle here will allow me to do that kind of stuff. So I am noting that this one will probably be a good travel and research type of starting point. So I also have my garbage truck, my mobile shredding station. I do only have one research station here, so I want to say that there was another challenge that I'm really excited about. It's research 100,000 bytes. And with the exception of, some of the ones that are very clear cut, do this specific thing, I think most of the items on the challenge are going to be, left up to your interpretation. So some people might say, oh, I already have 8,000 bytes in the bank. I'm just going to go ahead and up that to 100,000, or we're going to treat that as a group effort, or, this, that, or what. So I am planning on, for that one, possibly recruiting one of my friends, just so we have the ability to do it on a work night, if it happens to land on a work night. And I will end up creating multiple research chambers so we can get as many bytes researched as quickly as possible. So, okay, so this second save file is going to be one of my heavy lifting ones. So let's jump back out to the main menu and see what else I have. I want to say I have 4 saves on this. So this is my Steam version. I also have the Microsoft Store, the Windows Store version, so I can play with one of my friends who plays on Xbox. And I know come 1.0, that's not going to matter, because it'll be all cross-play on the dedicated servers. But for the time being, at the time I purchased it, it was cheap enough to, is what, $15 or something. So I happily purchased the second one, the Xbox version, so that I could introduce another friend to it. So let's see what my third save file is. And so I will finish looking at these, and then I'll jump into my Xbox version. See what we got there. I have been playing on the Xbox version more frequently lately. I'm building a giant pyramid base. Ah, okay, so this base here was what I made for my submission to the Flatlanders. Just a simple blocky base, but I have all the angles. I got some 1 pixel thick stuff happening. I got some more creative efforts on display. Got a ton of stuff embedded here. I do have multiple research chambers, so if this one, if I find myself being more concerned with how my base looks in the videos, I'll probably use this one, because while I don't have the large shuttle, I do have the hydrazine thruster on this small shuttle, so that means easy refueling, longer travel, without having to worry about bringing these solid fuel thrusters along with me. So that's good news. I'd rather have the large shuttle. What I might do is jump back in here later on, maybe tomorrow, and see about making the large shuttle just for that sole purpose. Because I do like this base. I'm really happy with it. Got my little light switch. I'm really happy with this base. It's simple, but it's effective, and it's what got me into the Flatlanders, so I'm pretty happy with it. And I have all this great open space to work with for sculptures. Ugh. Fix that. Yeah, so I have a lot of space out here for sculptures. And lots of space out here for some great explosion screenshots and videos. So I know, because there's a lot of the items on the challenge list involve blowing stuff up. So yeah, I might go ahead and make the large shuttle for this one and use this one. But we'll see what my 4th save has. My 4th save was a more involved true flat base that I was basing off of a piece of architecture that I found. That it's nowhere near being done, but I don't remember what shuttle I have. I don't think I did much. I think I've only been to Baron, so I don't think I have even the hydrazine thruster. But yeah, this one's got a little bit more style. Yeah, I don't even have the hydrazine thruster on this one, but it's a pretty cool structure. I hadn't even started to paint it yet, but again, I got another garbage truck. This thing is great for generating scrap. You can either just park it here and use it as a stationary item, or, you know, take it out and do scrap runs. But let's see, I have the chemistry lab. I don't have the atmospheric condenser yet in this. And you'll see that all of these are just out here loose. I remember the last thing that I was going to, or the next thing that I was going to do with this base was to move that equipment up here. So this base is still, I haven't even done the lighting in this room yet. So this base is still under construction. I don't know if it's ever going to get finished, just because if I'm going to be focusing on this 60-day challenge, by the time day 61 comes around, you know, at day 61 will be the 1.0 release, and all of this stuff will be deleted, which is kind of sad. It'd be kind of nice if you could load in your legacy builds, but I understand that the you know, the coding and the structure of the 1.0 release will kind of necessitate getting rid of this old game code, Mystic Gaming Voodoo stuff. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use this one. It was really exciting to work on at the time. And I can't even get a clear shot of it because it's big enough that a lot of it de-renders. Is that the right word? De-renders? Anyways, a lot of it goes away the further away you get from it. So I can't even get like a nice like cinematic screenshot of it without some of it kind of turning into junk. Got another light switch here. This is such a simple thing, but I like it so much. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be using this one. So I am going to exit out of this and jump into the Xbox version real quick. Okay, sorry about that weird little glitch there. I have been trying to record this second part for a couple attempts now, and I think my mic is having some issues. But it turns out I'm not going to be able to screen record my Xbox session. And I keep saying Xbox, it's the Windows 10, like Microsoft Store version. But I'm not going to be able to record it. For some reason, my screen recording software doesn't like it. All I can get is my mouse movements and audio, but I don't see any of the screen. And it turns out that the build, while it's probably my best true flat build to date, I'm really happy with it, and it's my current game. It's just not going to be suitable for any of the 60-day stuff. I do have a shuttle like this one. It's a small shuttle with the hydrazine thruster, so I do have interstellar travel capabilities in it, but the build is just complex enough that if I start adding any more like giant sculptures or tremendous amounts of resources to it, it's just gonna bog it down, and my frame rate's gonna drop like crazy. So I think this is gonna end up being the build that I go with. So once again, I apologize if this is all rough around the edges. Still, you know, brand new to YouTube. I'm excited to make something, you know, a lot better than this first video will undoubtedly be. I have briefly looked around at like streaming mics and, you know, more fancy audio equipment, and it doesn't seem like it's terribly expensive, but it might not make it into any of these 60-day challenge videos. We'll see. It'll probably be a 2019 purchase at the earliest. But I'd like to end up, you know, making some really nice videos, and especially after 1.0 releases, it would be really nice to have to make some videos of the, you know, with the new with the new version of the game. So I might look into making some, you know, a nice opening animation or something like that. But we'll see. Like I said earlier, none of this is scripted. I have really no game plan for any of this. But we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I don't know if I'm going to have 60 videos, one for each day of the challenge. What I might do is some of the challenges are really short, like uh, it'll like one of the challenges is at a certain time, at a certain date, it'll say from this date forward, launch a firework uh, or blow up one sculpture or something like that, and that's all it is for that day. Um, so something that's going to take 2 minutes of gaming to do isn't really going to be worth its own video. So what I may end up doing is tacking that video onto another day and just separating the two, either just verbally saying this is this day's challenge, this is that day's challenge, or if by then I come up with a way to insert some kind of uh, text screen or something, I'll figure something out. But uh, that's sort of the game plan. And but we'll see how it goes. I hope I become more familiarized with creating content for YouTube by the time this thing is all over and done with. I'm really excited about it, but I think that's going to be it for now. I think I'm going to end up using this base for most of it, and we'll see how it goes. See y'all later.